Hi, I'm Linwood Barclay. Welcome to my office. Today's video, this is part of the new Periscope app program. Lots of writers are being part of this. It's very exciting. It's hashtag whereiwrite, so you can see me and other authors showing off where they work. So let me just show you around. This, of course, most authors, I would imagine, have a big bookshelf. And mine's full of all kinds of different books, stuff I love. And in addition to all these works of literature are lots of toys. A lot of stuff from my childhood, like Fireball XL5 and the Sea View from Boys to the Bottom of the Sea. And of course, no author's office would be right without a Starship Enterprise. I think even Hemingway had one of those. Of course, Supercar from the Jerry Anderson show of the 60s, stuff that fired up my imagination when I was just a kid. And also in here, amidst all these other books, we have lots of foreign editions of my own novels that have come in. This is just recently came in not too long ago from Korea. One of the German editions. I love their covers that they do in Germany, gorgeous. And terrific one, another great one from France that came in not too long ago. So these are always kind of arriving, and so we have all the books that are on this side of the room. We head over here. I mean, there's more books here. These are lots of editions of my own books that have come in. From No Safe House, Trust Your Eyes, Tap on the Window, some of the more recent novels. And you know, I love toys, I love cars, I love model cars. I kind of come by that honestly, I think, because my father, who was a commercial artist, he, back in the 50s and 60s, if you were to look at Life or Look or Saturday Evening Post magazine, all of the car ads were illustrations and not photography. And he drew those cars. That was his job. And then next to that, there's a poster that was a much bigger version of that appeared in the London Tube years ago when No Time for Goodbye came out. And now we get to the desk. Right at the moment here, we're kind of excited because this is one of the advanced copies of Broken Promise, which is coming out later this year, which is kind of an ambitious book. It's sort of 3 linked novels. It's the first of 3 linked novels. And because the book is so sort of more intricate than a lot of the ones I've done before, I've needed to do a map that shows where everything in the town of Promise Falls is located. And in addition to that, because there are so many different story threads and things going on in many characters, I've done these sort of plot boxes which allow me to keep track of everything that's going on and how all these stories relate to each other. So I thought what I'd do is to finish up here is I'd just read a little bit from something I've been working on recently. This is from an opening of next year's book. So let me just read a little bit to you. They decided Derek was the one who should get into the trunk. Before heading off, the 4 of them, Derek, Cutter included, thought it would be cool to smuggle someone in. Not because they couldn't afford a 4th ticket, that wasn't the issue. They just felt the situation demanded it of them. It was the sort of thing you were supposed to do. After all, this was the last night they'd ever have the chance. Like so many other businesses in and around Promise Falls these days, the Constellation Drive-In Theater was packing it in. What with multiplexes, 3D screens, DVDs, movies you could download at home and watch in seconds, why go to a drive-in except maybe to make out? And given how much smaller cars had gotten since the drive-in was first conceived, even that wasn't much of a reason to watch a movie under the stars. Still, even for people of Derek's generation, there was something nostalgic about a drive-in. He could remember his parents bringing him here for the first time when he was 8 or 9, and how excited he'd been. It was a triple bill, the movies becoming successively more mature. The first one was one of the Toy Story flicks. Derek had brought along his Buzz Lightyear and Woody action figures, which was followed by some rom-com Matthew McConaughey thing, which back when he was doing all the crap. And then a Jason Bourne movie. Derek had barely managed to stay awake until the end of Toy Story. His parents had made a bed for him in the back seat so he could zonk out when they watched features 2 and 3. Derek longed for those times when his parents were still together. So that's a little bit from one of my upcoming books. I'm going to be answering questions on Twitter and talking to people if you'd like after all of this. It's hashtag whereiwrite. Thanks very much for paying a short visit to my office, and have a great day.